Hi everybody, welcome to Story Station with Words Alive. My name is Sandy and we need to get our bodies ready so we can read this great book called Pokko and the Drum. Get your eyes ready by making your circles. Open your eyes up really big so you can be picture detectives and look at all the gorgeous illustrations. Now we have our C's ready. Put them behind your ears and turn the volume way up so you can hear all the wonderful words that the author has written. And last but not least, put your fingers together to pinch and open it up near your throat really big and wide so I can hear all of your great ideas. Now we're going to sing our song. I hope you can remember. We've got this on the front. Do you remember what that's called? The title's on the front. The title's on the front. Hi-ho, biblio, the title's on the front. Who writes all the words? The author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho, biblio, the author writes the words. And those beautiful drawings are made by the illustrator. The illustrator draws. The illustrator draws. Hi-ho, biblio, the illustrator draws. And all the pages are bound with a spine. The spine binds the book. The spine binds the book. Hi-ho, biblio, the spine binds the book. And now it's time to read. And now it's time to read. Hi-ho, biblio, and now it's time to read. Well, Pokko and the Drum is the title of our book today, and the author and illustrator is Matthew Forsythe. That means he wrote the story and he drew all of the illustrations. I'm wondering what gave him the idea to write a story about Pokko and the drum. Have you ever used a drum before? I'm wondering if it can be very loud or very soft. What do you think Pokko is doing? Do you think he's making a soft sound or a loud sound? Well, we need to find out. What do you think he is walking around? Do you think he's walking around inside somewhere or outside? I am very curious to find out. So let's open it up to the title page, Pokko and the Drum by Matthew Forsythe. And thank you so much to the publishing company Simon & Schuster for allowing us to read this book. The biggest mistake that Pokko's parents ever made was giving her a drum. They had made mistakes before. What kind of creature do you think Pokko is? Looks like she has 2 toes, and she's got great big eyes, and she has some interesting spots. Did you guess something that might start with an F? I'm thinking it might be an F or a T. I'm thinking it might be a frog or even a toad. Her parents gave her a drum, and she had also gotten a slingshot. A slingshot looks like, wow, she's strapping herself in. She's pulling back really far, and what do you think is going to happen when she lets go? Ooh, do you think that might be a problem? I wonder if she's going to take off really far away. Her parents also gave her a llama. What kinds of problems do you think a llama might present? Ooh, I'm looking closely. I see something underneath the llama's body that looks like toes, just like Pokko's. Do you think the llama maybe have sat on Poco's parents? That's an unusual gift to buy somebody. Maybe a cat or a dog, but a llama is pretty big. And they also bought Pokko a balloon. Have you ever had a balloon? They're a lot of fun. What kind of problem does it look like Pokko got into with the balloon? Oh my goodness. What kind of problems have you had with the balloon? Well, the drum was the biggest mistake. Why do you think a drum could be a mistake that the parents got Pokko? What kind of trouble could Pokko get into with a drum? Can you make any guesses? I'm predicting that it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's find out. We shouldn't have given her that drum, said her father. Why do you think her father's saying that? What? Said her mother. The drum is too loud. I can't hear you. Uh-oh. It looks like the mother is having a hard time hearing the father because the drum is so loud. Oh my goodness. The drum was a big mistake, said her father. That sounds like a wonderful idea, said her mother, who still couldn't hear what he was saying. Oh my goodness, they're sitting really close together on the bed, and the mother still can't hear. Look at why. I think Pokko's having a lot of fun playing her drum. Ooh, what would it sound like in your house if you played a drum? The next day, her father said, Pokko, why don't you take your drum outside for a little while? But don't make too much noise. We're just a little frog family that lives in a mushroom, and we don't like drawing attention to ourselves. Do you think Pokko is going to draw attention to the rest of his frog family by playing the drum? I don't know. Pokko agreed, and she set out as quietly as she could. She looks very quiet there. She doesn't have the sticks in her hands. She has them back in her pocket. She's holding on to that drum very quietly. What do you think is going to happen? It had just rained, and the forest was sparkling like an emerald. All those beautiful colors. I see some creatures peeking out. Can you guess what that is? Looks like maybe it might be a raccoon or a fox. And it was very quiet. Oh, what do you think Pokko's gonna do? What would you do? Let's find out. It was too quiet. I'm making a prediction. I'm guessing Pokko is going to play her drum. Pokko started tapping on her drum just to keep herself company. But something stirred behind her. A raccoon playing a banjo following her. So Pokko hit her drum louder. Look at that raccoon playing the banjo. I'm very surprised. And then a rabbit playing a trumpet started following them. But Pokko kept playing her drum. And then a wolf who couldn't really play anything, was very happy to be near the music, joined in, and Pokko still played her drum. So we have the wolf and the rabbit with the trumpet and the, what was that? Was that a fox or a raccoon? I think it was a raccoon. What was that? You're right. It was the frog playing the drum. They're all following. But then the wolf ate the rabbit. Oh no! And Pokko stopped playing her drum and faced the wolf and said, "No more eating the band members, or you will be out of the band." Oh, look at how sad they are. "I'm sorry," said the wolf, and he meant it. And then they all started playing again, and soon there was a crowd of animals playing instruments. Look at all of them. I see a dog and a cat. I see a turtle. I see another dog and the raccoon and a bird. I'm not sure what this animal is. Can you take a guess? There are so many of them. That looks like a lot of fun. I wonder if they're being quiet or really noisy. And a crowd of animals following them around, enjoying the music. Look, everybody looks like they're having a great time. I see some friends dancing. I see 3 mice, some cats, some foxes. And they were all following Pokko. Oh, and look, somebody else has a drum too. Oh, I see a bear with it looks like maybe a clarinet or a horn or a saxophone. There's even a fish. "Pokko, your dinner is ready," shouted her father. No one answered, but he could hear music in the distance. Why couldn't Pokko hear? Dinner was ready. His father was yelling. What does it look like for dinner? Maybe some soup? And the music grew louder. I wonder why it grew louder. Do you think maybe they're getting closer and closer to the house? And louder! Until the crowd swept through the house and carried Pokko's parents off into the woods. Oh, look at they're holding Pokko's mom and dad up with their arms. "Oh dear," said her father. "Oh dear," said her mother. What's her mother doing? Can you tell? "I think that's Pokko down in front," said her father. "And you know what?" "What?" said her mother, who was just getting to the best part of her book. "I think she's pretty good." And no one could hear what he was saying. But if they could hear, they all would have agreed that Pokko was pretty good at playing this drum. And if you can see the back, those are some pictures of what happened in the story. And it says on the back, this story about art and persistence and a fat frog that lives in a mushroom. Do you know what persistence is? Do you know what Pokko kept doing even though his father thought his drum was too loud? he went outside and he kept playing. And he found some friends that wanted to play with him too. He kept on trying, even though his father was not happy. And I think at the end of the story, his mother and father agreed that Pokko was really great at joining in with all his friends at playing that loud drum. Do you think his parents thought that drum was a problem? I wonder if they changed their minds. Well, I really enjoyed reading Pokko and the Drum with you. Thanks for joining us at Story Station, and we'll see you next time. Bye.